All right. Today, we're talking about Snakes on a Plane.
Yep.
I'm Connor.
I'm Casey.
And this is the Cinematics Podcast. So, initial review of Snakes on a Plane?
2.
Wow.
The only reason I give it higher than a 1 is because Samuel L. Jackson is in it. Also, the movie is just, it runs, so a 2.
Yeah, the movie happens, that's for sure. I was not going to give it a 2. I was going to give it like a 5, but...
No.
Yeah.
I think that's too high.
We can meet in the middle, or... No, okay. Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, no, I'm not going to say it was a good movie, but, I mean, I kind of enjoyed it. I watched it on the drive here, mostly.
Incredibly dangerous. We do not condone doing this.
You know, it
Do
is
not
what it
watch
is.
movies while driving.
It is what it is. Also, this is, I told the guys that I was going to be going out, the whole crew, I told the crew that I was going to be going out the night before this, and that it was going to be the hungover podcast for me. But as time went on, I realized that this would not only be the hungover podcast, this is also the sick podcast for me. So I have a bad case of the sniffles.
Yeah, so if you hear his voice, he sounds sexy right now. That's because he's really sick.
Yeah. But anyway, so Snakes on the Plane, man. What was the bad guys? Eddie Kim, right?
Yeah. We see him once. He beats up some... By the way, major spoilers for Snakes on a Plane. If you care, why? Yeah, Eddie... I think it's Eddie Kim. That sounds right.
Yeah. If you care about this movie, don't leave the podcast.
So,
We're going to spoil it, but it's whatever.
Just to start the movie, I love the fact that the start of this movie is literally just people in bathing suits and or pretty people in bathing suits walking around.
I was like, yo, this movie's going to be great.
You know this movie's going to be good if that's the start of the movie. And then you cut to what? I don't even know his name. Okay, by the way, so basically the whole point of the movie is this guy sees Eddie Kim kill someone. He's a witness, okay? But it doesn't make sense that Eddie Kim knows who he is. All he saw was the back of this guy's head.
Yeah.
How the hell did he get that information?
I have no idea, man.
Like, that's so insane to me.
I mean, I wouldn't question it. Eddie Kim, he kills all of his witnesses.
Yeah,
So,
instantaneously.
Yeah.
And
I actually felt a little bit attacked just watching the movie.
Why?
Because I witnessed Eddie Kim kill somebody too.
Okay.
I was a little bit afraid for myself, even though the movie, But, so, yeah, he's hunted by Eddie Kim.
Yeah.
And, I'm not going to lie to you. This is the part that I watched last night.
Okay.
So, I kind of don't even remember.
It's not important.
I don't even remember watching Eddie Kim kill somebody.
Yeah, he kills
But I know he does.
the prosecutor or something like that. He was prosecuting his case, and so he came in and killed him. Got blood all over his white jacket. That is literally the only time we see him, by the way. The whole
really?
movie, you literally don't see him again. They talk about him a lot. He's
Yeah.
apparently really scary and kills everyone. But then for some reason, he has this really weird plan of putting snakes on a plane.
Yeah, he was, I guess the idea was, he was just trying to kill, I don't know if he was trying to make this look like an accident or what.
I think he was trying to both make it look like an accident, but if you know it's Eddie Kim, then it's like, wow, that's scary. He put a whole bunch of snakes on a plane.
Don't fuck with Eddie Kim.
Yeah, that's the whole, I would assume.
Yeah.
Then there's, so then you cut to Samuel L. Jackson, basically the one, I don't remember his name, so I'm just going to call him Witness. Witness basically gets found. Samuel L. Jackson comes in like, hey, they're going to kill you if you don't testify. We're going to get you on a plane. Goes on a plane. Also, this is a two flight, what is
Like a two-story plane.
Two-story plane.
Yeah.
I honestly didn't know these were a thing. I've never seen a two-story plane
I've only
before.
been on one plane before.
I've been on a couple planes, but they've all been Southwest, and they're all one-stories. And I just thought that was cool. I've never seen a two-story plane before. That's really, super cool to me.
What's the really bad airliner with like the green logo? I've been on that one.
I don't know.
All right, well, I've been on that one.
Okay.
And that's when I went to Vegas, and there weren't any snakes on it. I actually had a way better plane experience than these guys did. So everybody talks shit about the cheap planes, but, they had a famous rapper on that plane in Honolulu, and they still had snakes on it. So.
Okay, so there's a couple things on this movie that I think are really, just don't go anywhere and were completely unneeded. Okay, so first of all, you have the rapper.
Yeah.
It seems like he was going to play a bigger role. He didn't do much, though.
Yeah.
They seem to focus on him as if he was going to be, a main character.
Yeah, past the first act, he just disappears.
But he gets upset once, and then just disappeared, basically. He kind of is there, but he's just a background character. There's also... And this really stuck out to me. Okay, there's this character. It's like this Asian guy. He's super good at kickboxing. They make it a point to say he is good at kickboxing.
Yeah.
They even make a joke about how this other guy says he's good at kickboxing, but he's clearly not, because then he immediately pulls a hamstring. Okay? That never comes up again, and that character is literally never used again. It was such a weird introduction. Like, they will introduce these characters, and then they just disappear.
Yeah, like the first act, they set up all these like cannon fodder characters that you know are gonna like die, but then like some of them you don't even see them die.
You know, they just die off screen. Like, what was the point of doing this?
Yeah, he got off screen like like Gojo and JJK, bro. It was ridiculous. I really thought that the kickboxer would have played a better role in killing them snakes, bro, but I guess not. So and then. What was your favorite line in the movie? I just want us to cut to this because
obviously it's it's the iconic line.
The Samuel
Get these
Jackson
motherfucking snakes off this motherfucking plane.
I mean that did hit hard, but I'm not gonna lie. I think that my favorite might have been when the Rick or the guy that was flying the plane. Remember he comes back into the pilot seat, and he was like the pervert.
Mm-hmm. He's kind of like an asshole, but also needs to fly the plane.
And the girl puts like her scarf around like wherever he got hurt, and he was like, "I think you're gonna need to put your shirt over." I think that might have been my favorite line of the whole movie. I'm not gonna lie though. I mean, I knew that the movie was found to be like really funny by a lot of people, but I didn't expect the movie to take itself as seriously as it did.
I thought this. Okay, so you had told me, so I knew about it somewhat. But then, whenever we were discussing what next we should watch, he brought up Snakes on a Plane. He's like, it's supposed to be really funny. It was supposed to be an action comedy, or no, sorry, not action comedy, action horror, and it wasn't, and it was supposed to be really funny. This movie is not funny.
Yeah.
None of the jokes land, and all of it are shit. It's such a bad movie.
Yeah.
It takes itself way too seriously. It could be such a funny film if they would have made this into like a comedy and like make jokes about the fact that snakes on a plane. It's ridiculous. It's so serious though. Like it's as if it's a Die Hard movie. Like it's takes so seriously and it's so dumb.
It really does remind me of like the Alien films. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
why?
Because they're stranded. They're in they're flying somewhere, just like they are in the Alien films. And then there's just somehow all these creatures get aboard, and then it's just watching all the characters die pretty much.
Slowly die.
Yeah. And then, a few of them will live. And yeah, I mean, I guess it's the plot of like a lot of those movies, but I've watched a lot of the Alien movies recently, so I can't help myself.
Then you also, so you have kind of like two stories, right? You have the main plot, which is all of the characters on the plane. Excuse me. Then you also have the kind of side plot of the FBI agent on the ground trying to figure out to get all the anti-venom. So it's funny to me that they need to get all the anti-venom, okay? So the issue with getting the anti-venom that I found would be, there's two reasons. First of all, as they say in the movie, if you don't know what snake bit you, you're just going to die from getting the anti-venom. They literally say this in the movie, right? You give the wrong anti-venom, you're going to die. So what if they don't know what snake bit them? Like there's multiple characters that do not know what snake bit them. They just got bit.
They get like a list of all the snakes that were on the plane.
Yeah, but they're just going to give them every single anti-venom?
Yeah, no, like
like that doesn't make any sense. Like what is I understand if you know what snake, like there's the one kid that got bit, which is like kind of sad, he got bit, all that. He gives the anti-venom. That one works. But there's also multiple other characters that got bit. They don't know what anti-venom they need.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. And the snakes, so the snakes are funny to me too because they are really a non-issue for that whole movie. They're really, really terrifying at the very beginning.
Yeah.
And then they're basically just blocked by some suitcases.
Yeah.
And then they're blocked by a raft.
Yeah,
you kind of don't see them much after that. Like you see one or two, but they're never really an issue.
Yeah, shit hits the fan really fast once the snakes actually come out. I mean, like, you watch, like, 5 or 6 people die.
Mm-hmm. You watch a lot of people die. One guy gets fucking eaten.
They all die in the most ridiculous ways. I mean, like, somebody got his dick bit off.
Yeah.
Some
One of them got her boob.
Yeah.
Like, bit directly.
Yeah, that was wild.
Yeah.
Also, you know what? I was going to bring this up. I didn't get the chance to Google it on the way over here, but there was that one lady that, she put the olive oil in her mouth and she, like, and then she spit it in there and, like, the venom started. Does that happen? Is that real?
What, olive?
That's got to be bullshit. Okay.
Well, I've definitely heard of that being a thing. That the olive oil basically coats your mouth so that it doesn't get into your anything, and then you just, technically speaking, you're not supposed to suck in the venom because then it could get into your bloodstream and all this, and it doesn't actually work that well.
Yeah.
But I would assume, because he does get the anti-venom, I think it probably might slow it down a little bit because you're getting some of it out.
Yeah.
That would be my thinking. I don't know if that's true, but that would be my thinking.
And then there was the two guys with the wrapper, and he's like, I think I got bit too. I thought that was funny. That was...
Yeah?
Yeah. There's not a lot that I thought was funny in the movie, but that was one of them.
I did not think this movie was funny. None of the jokes landed. Oh, it's also time for my every single episode talking about the audio mixing.
Yeah.
The audio mixing on this movie is dog shit.
Yeah.
I couldn't understand a single thing they said. And, okay, another issue I had with it, and this is an Amazon issue, I think. I watched it on Amazon. We rented it. I think this is an Amazon issue. I think if you rent a movie and then immediately watch it, it doesn't load the subtitles. Because remember, this happened with Scooby-Doo as well. We didn't have subtitles.
Oh, so that wasn't a Scooby-Doo issue?
I came back later, because I only watched half of it and then came back and watched the other half. I then had subtitles. So I think that it's an Amazon issue. But in saying that, the audio mixing on this movie is shit, and I had to either turn it up to 50 or I'd have to turn it down to like 25 while the action happened. It was so annoying.
Yeah. It kind of got to the point where I was just like only paying attention whenever it was getting like really loud in the movie. Then I'd pick my phone up and, drive like this.
Again, we do not condone doing this. This is incredibly dangerous.
But even when I did, it didn't really feel like there was a point because for the majority of those scenes when things are loud, even in the second and third act, nothing really actually happens. It's like...
It's a very nothing movie.
Yeah. There's like way too many plot lines in this movie too. That, like you said, they really just don't go anywhere.
No, there's so many, but none of them do anything.
Yeah, like the only plot lines where I think things really happen are the two little kids, and then there's like the plot line with, the anti-venom thing. Even the Eddie Kim thing, like nothing really happens.
Nope. They're just like, oh, he's going to jail now.
Yeah.
And then I guess he does. We don't know.
Yeah.
There's not really closure on that. There's also this weird Samuel L. Jackson and the witness, okay? They're like seem to be really close by the end of the movie. But they actually only have a few scenes together. Like, I don't know why they're so close. Nothing really happens. The witness doesn't do anything.
Hey, man, if you were on that plane, I'd be close with Samuel L. Jackson, too. You know what I mean? Like, do you think he would survive in this scenario, by the way? I wanted to bring this up.
Yes.
You think so?
It wouldn't be that hard.
Really?
I don't think this is as scary as they made it seem to be.
Okay, well, I mean, to be fair, I was going to say the same thing, but I want to know why you think that.
Because the thing is, okay, so snakes are really cool, and they're incredibly agile and everything like that, right?
Yeah.
But I genuinely don't think they'd be able to climb through that plane as much as they did.
Oh, so you just don't think it would have played out like that?
I don't think it would have played out as badly as they did. I think they would have been
yeah.
probably stuck in the cargo hold pretty
Okay.
much the entire time.
Well, consider that it does play out the way that it did.
So if it went exactly the way that it did, I mean, they just blocked them with suitcases. It was incredibly easy to stop the snakes.
Yeah.
Like, just... But then for some reason, it's like they would get everywhere, but then, like, the suitcases made it to where they couldn't get anywhere. It was really weird.
Yeah.
So I would just, like, hide in a suitcase.
Yeah.
And the snakes can't get me.
I kind of think that I would survive this because I wouldn't have like a subplot going on. I would just kind of be chilling, and I just don't.
You'd be a background character.
I don't think that the camera would focus on me at all enough to like actually die.
This is
a
a very different reason than I thought you were going to give.
I might get off screen, but I don't even think I would. I think I would just be another passenger that just gets off scot-free, honestly.
Yeah, fair.
And if I did get bitten by a snake, I would know which one it is because I would look it up on my smartphone.
Well, this is in 2006, though.
Yeah, airplane mode. but you know.
Yeah, they also don't have internet. Also, a weird thing is they emailed the pictures to the person.
Yeah.
How? They don't have internet. Well,
Yeah,
it's
no.
possible I guess they have Wi-Fi. Maybe. Some
Yeah, it
planes
was,
do
a
have
it was one of the fancy planes.
That might. Yeah, it is a fancy plane. They might have Wi-Fi.
But I don't know. They didn't really explain that, you know.
Oh, there was another thing. Hold on. There was another thing that I was going to bring up. Now I've forgotten. Never mind.
What I was going to bring up that I thought was funny was like the way that they handled the plot line of them like putting pheromones on the lays, because they show you that, you know, I mean, you know, they show it happening that they're like putting pheromones on the on the lays, and like, you know, and then there's that one guy that's like, you know, having an allergic reaction to it, so you're just like, okay, well, it's the pheromones on there, and then they even like tell you that the snakes are like attracted to the pheromones, but then it's like a big reveal for some. They try to make it a big reveal with the snake guy.
So it's really weird, right? They
Yeah.
make it big deal. Like, you see him doing it, so you know what's happening. They make it clear that it's the lace because the snake's like wrapping around it and everything like that. So like it's clearly like, oh, something to do with the lace. So then the one guy on the ground is like, oh, I wonder if it's the pheromones. And it's like, oh, and then I think Samuel L. Jackson says something to do with the lace. It's like, oh, they're kind of acting weird with the lace. That's it. It's really weird that they don't go past that point. Yeah. They don't do anything with the lays. They're not like, oh, we need to get rid of the lays or something like that. They're just like, so it might be the lays. We actually don't know. So you guys, there's snakes on this plane. Like, they don't go anywhere with it. It was really weird.
So hypothetically, if they were to like, at some point Samuel L. Jackson kind of loses his shit and just busts a hole in the plane. Yeah. So now if he were to do that and they just threw the lays out of the plane, would the snakes just like chill out?
Yeah, I would assume so.
Yeah.
And now it's going through the, they said the pheromones are going through the air conditioning.
Oh, yeah, right. So yeah, no, they wouldn't have chilled out. But then the air conditioning would have been a non-factor because it would have just gotten sucked out of the plane. Yeah. So the plane, I mean, the snakes could have just chilled out if they just, rolled, through the whole plane ride with a window just open. Everybody just getting sucked out. That dog definitely would have gone, bro.
Well, the dog died too.
Yeah, the dog did die.
Which feels bad. The one rich guy.
I didn't mind it.
What?
I didn't mind it.
Well, you're insane.
Okay.
It's never good for an animal to die. I don't give a shit about the humans. I will say, though, it was the only thing that I found at least somewhat kind of funny was the fact that the one rich guy, that was like the rich old guy, basically got eaten, and then the snake was trying to devour him. But then whenever Samuel L. Jackson shoots the window and the thing like opens super duper big, the guy that was getting eaten, you just see his body like fly out while the snake is still trying to eat him.
he got boa constricted, bro. That was actually probably the coolest death in the whole movie. Oh my god! Or when that one guy just put that snake in a microwave.
That was kind of cool. There's some creative.
Yeah.
Another thing that I had a problem with this, and I feel like this is a common thing in a lot of movies, is the power dynamics with the snakes are really weird. Sometimes the snakes are like literally unkillable and incredibly annoying, and like I'm gonna die even if I see a snake. And sometimes it's like I'll see 10 snakes and he'll just kill all of them instantaneously, and it's like these aren't even an issue.
Okay, well the guy that killed 10 of them, he popped his ultimate ability.
True, that's a good point. He did pop his flamethrower and spear ability, also his harpoon.
Yeah, that was that's like a one-time thing. He combo ulted.
Well, the thing is, there's only one of them popped his ult. What about everyone else? Everyone else has ults too.
Not necessarily. I don't think that they might be like Recruit in Rainbow Six Siege. They don't even have abilities.
They don't even have abilities.
That's like the kind of role that I was thinking I would play, was like an abilityless character. Not going to get any screen time, but I would live.
Pull out their guns though. Recruit at least has guns.
Not these guys.
These are some shit characters.
Yo, why I wasn't paying attention to this scene because I was driving.
You made that clear.
When the rapper like lost his shit and pulled out a gun, like why was he doing that?
Because he was a germaphobe.
He was what?
He was a germaphobe.
Oh, that's right.
That's his whole thing. They kind of make it a little like he basically was using hand sanitizer and he really didn't like the dog crawling over him.
That's right.
And then he was like next to everyone and the one guy coughed and he got really upset. And then he was fine. And he was fine the rest of the movie.
Yeah.
And literally he didn't say a single word the rest of the movie. There were so many non-characters that they really tried to make characters that didn't do anything. It was really weird.
Yeah.
I did like the fact that I think there was a fun part. It was kind of like tropey, but at the same time, it was kind of funny. The fact that the one guy who flew the plane at the end of the movie had never actually flown a plane before. He just said he had 2,000 hours, but it was actually he had played like video games doing it. I thought that was actually kind of funny.
Do you think you could land a plane?
Absolutely.
I don't think I could.
If the plane was a small plane, but if it was a 747, probably not.
Yeah, I'm killing everybody on that thing, dude. There's no fucking way that I could.
Yeah.
I think the stress would get to me. There's too many buttons, and I mean, like I DJ, so like I know about having a lot of buttons on a board.
Of course,
but not like
not like an plane flying, same thing.
No, I'm making the case that it's not, because some people will make the case that it is.
Oh,
it's definitely not. I've told you, everybody on that plane is dying. I'm not landing that bitch. Oh, also, like, why did that guy, what's his name? No, I don't remember what his name was. The stupid guy that was like flying the plane at the end. Why did he try to boss up on like the airline control guys where they were like, "Oh yeah, so you should actually swing around because if you land
right."
What the fuck was he thinking?
He's trying to help you. Why are you like? He's like he even goes. He's like I try to get someone more experienced. He's like, no, there's no one more experienced. So it's like, okay, you know what? We'll just trust you, I guess.
Yeah.
And then he's like, okay, so you're not super experienced in this. So you should probably come around from a different angle because there's like a whole bunch of tailwind. It's gonna be really hard to do this.
And he's like, no, hell no.
Fuck you.
No, fuck no. We land in this plane right now.
It's like, why?
10-minute detour. These people are all dying. Like, I did not get the sense that anybody on that plane was dying if they took a little bit longer to land.
There was no really real urgency at the end of the movie, to be honest with you. Like, there was obviously the couple people that have gotten bit. There was maybe the one kid where there was a little bit of urgency. But other than that, everyone was kind of fine. Only like 3 people actually got bit at the end. If you got bit, most of them just died.
Yeah. I understand why now that they made like Snakes on a Train and like all of the spoof films.
Oh, absolutely.
I think, this Snakes on a Plane movie could have been better if it did take itself less seriously. Like, I kind of appreciate, the artistic value in the spoof film now after seeing Snakes on a Plane. I think Snakes on a Train might be a more enjoyable watching experience.
We need to watch that one. I think that'd be fun.
I wonder what the budget for this movie was.
I bet you it's a lot. If Samuel L. Jackson's in it, I bet you it's a lot. I bet you it's like $500 million. That's such a lie. That's no way it's that expensive. It's probably like $10 million. Yeah. It's really cheap, I bet.
I also want to say the score in this movie was fantastic. Actually, it was super intense. No, it was. It was barely there, but it was. It was like the most typical like thriller movie, but. I don't know. There's not that many redeeming qualities about this movie.
It's such a bad movie.
The dialogue was awful too.
It was. There was also the little love plot between that stewardess that was going to retire. Also, there was so many characters that were like, this is my last flight.
Yeah.
I think there was 2 stewardesses that were like, I could have retired, and then there was one that was, this is my last flight. Yeah. One of them died and one of them survived. And then there was a little love thing between her, the one that was going to retire, and Samuel L. Jackson. I did not feel that. There was no chemistry there.
I didn't know it happened. I'm not going to lie to you.
There was a little love thing, and at the very end of the movie, he's like, hey, we should go on a date type of thing. But there was like no chemistry there. It did not feel earned. It felt very unearned.
Yeah.
It was just I did not like this movie.
Yeah, I get that impression.
Yeah.
Whenever you rated it a 2.
Yeah.
I actually don't know why I rated it a 5.
I don't either.
I didn't think it was well.
What are your redeeming qualities? Like what brings it up to a 5? Like I bring it up to a 2 purely because the movie runs and because it has Samuel L. Jackson and I like him.
I gave it a 5 because I like Samuel L. Jackson.
Okay, that's 1 point.
No.
How many points does Samuel L. Jackson get?
Like 4.5.
Holy shit! That's the only reason this movie got a 5.
And then the other half was for an original idea. It was a very original.
That is true.
I liked that about the movie.
It's an interesting concept.
There's something to be said about you might try and you might fail, but at least you tried. And that's kind of what I felt about this movie. And I thought that alone deserved it getting a 5. Actually, I could go lower. I don't give a fuck what I rate this movie. Yeah. I watched it, and I actually feel like I was the fool for even participating.
I concur.
So
I was given a lot of reasons to watch this movie, and I thought it would be funny. I went in with, like, not high hopes, but I was like, it could be funny. It wasn't. I went in with, like, it could be a cool action film. It wasn't. Could be kind of interesting. It wasn't. I think it was an interesting idea. Snakes on a Plane is an interesting idea.
Like, that scares me just thinking about it.
It does. It's a confined space with snakes that are going to eat you. Like, yeah, of course that's fucking terrifying. Yeah, but it's such a shit movie.
A lot of phobias. This is a really bad movie to watch if you have a phobia of snakes, flying, and I'd say claustrophobia because planes. And then, you could even add in, like, the fear of, like, water because, like, what if they crash? Because they almost crashed, like, 80 times in this goddamn movie. And if you have a fear of turbulence, they just all in one. Every I can't make that joke.
Okay.
Okay. Anyway, yeah. So I thought the movie, I thought it was bad, but I thought it was like 5 bad. I might bring it down to a 4.
Fair. I'm glad I brought you down. I think it deserves a 2. If I'm being honest with you, I'm kind of leaning towards a 1.
Yeah,
Samuel L.
really.
Jackson is the only redeeming quality.
You're
I will
not-
say Samuel L. Jackson did a good job.
You're not bringing me down anymore.
No? I can't get
am
you down?
Steady at a 4.
All right, fair.
When did this movie come out, by the way? Was it
2006.
2006?
2006.
Okay. Dang, I was gonna guess 2007.
Okay, you know what? Actually, one thing I will give you
Yeah.
is the snakes looked pretty cool.
They did look good.
They actually
sometimes.
looked pretty realistic most of the time, and I do wonder how many of those snakes were real and how many were CGI. Like clearly, a lot of them were CGI,
Yeah.
but I wonder how many of them were like they actually put a snake on set and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Like that'd be kind of interesting.
I thought it was funny how many scenes that they had where it was like from the snake POV.
Yeah, it was kind of cool,
Yeah, it was kind of cool.
I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's another thing similar between these movies and Alien. Alien, you get a lot of alien POV shots.
I love this.
That
this
I
is
keep
such a
bringing up
funny
Alien?
like thing to compare it to. Like Alien, one of like the best. No, I don't know. I've
Okay,
actually
well, hold
never
on
seen
now.
it, but
A
it's
lot
like
of the
a
Alien
really,
movies
really
are-
good movie, right? A lot of
Okay.
people consider it a really, really good
The
movie.
first one.
and then Snakes on a Plane.
Some of the alien movies are real shit, man.
Well, no, specifically the first one. Of course,
Okay.
yeah. I don't. Again, I haven't seen them, so I don't know, but I know it's considered a very strong movie.
Wow, you're talking with zero experience right now, like me watching Zodiac.
Yeah.
And I
You're not fucking watching the movie at all.
But yeah, Snakes on a Plane.
Snakes on a Plane, not a good movie. Don't
Yeah.
recommend. Do not
Yeah.
watch this film. Not even because it's funny, or not even it's not even a good bad movie. You know, like Scooby Doo was a good bad movie. It was just funny. It was comedic. It wasn't like necessarily a good movie, but it was really funny at least. This is just a really serious movie that's really shit and that's honestly incredibly boring too.
It really was. I expected things to get going a lot sooner, and whenever they
It-
did get going, I was like, "Wow,
It was,
this
I think,
is
an
not that
hour
great."
and a half movie, and I think the first 30 minutes was straight up just set up.
Yeah, pretty much.
And there was no like actual things happening. Then finally the snakes appear. That happens for like maybe 10 minutes, and then they block the snakes. Yeah.
I just want to say, I talked to Casey about this before the podcast started. I've watched like maybe 20 movies this month. I've watched a shit ton of really, really great movies. Now, I mean, there were some stinkers in there, but I think it's really funny that this was the movie that we ended up doing. Because I've watched, I watched Alien Romulus. I thought that was fun. I watched like some really cool old movies. Yeah, I rewatched Apocalypse Now. I watched like some really, really great movies. And we're doing a 30-minute podcast about Snakes on a Plane. I think it's like, I don't mind it. I think it's hilarious because Snakes on a Plane was like a really bad movie, and it's kind of fun. It's been actually a fun podcast just to talk about it, but I also think there's something kind of comedic in the fact that I've watched like way, way, way better movies this month.
You're like comparing it to all the other movies, and somehow you still gave it a 4.
Yeah, I mean, I might be riding the high of the other movies.
Yeah.
I mean, like, honestly, no, I'm keeping it a 4 still.
Now it's just pride. You're like, I can't bring it down now. I said I wasn't.
Look, I like to see the bright side.
What's the bright side? It's a terrible movie, and there's no redeeming qualities.
I listed like 2.
What were the 2? Samuel L. Jackson, and the fact that the movie got made.
it was an
Those
original
are its
idea.
redeeming qualities.
It was an original idea. And
Samuel L. Jackson got
acting
bumped out
performances
a
were
point.
really good. All of the acting performances were really good. And the rapper,
No.
hold on now, he was epic as fuck. And yeah, so I gave it a 4. Anyway,
The acting performances were shit.
let's say what you will.
What do you mean?
All right, well, we can all think different things.
And you know what? You have the right to the wrong opinion.
You have the right to the freedom of thought.
That's true, and it can be wrong.
Okay, well, so that was Snakes on a Plane.
That was Snakes on a Plane. I
Yeah.
think that's going to be the end of this podcast. We don't really have much else to say.
Yeah.
It's a shit movie. Don't recommend. Don't watch it.
I'd rather not give another minute to this movie on the podcast. So,
Final scores.
Still a 4.
It's still a 2.
Yeah.
A 1.
With no
I'm gonna
further
bring it
ado,
down.
this has been the Cinemax Podcast. I've been Connor.
I've been Casey.
Yeah, and we'll catch you in the news.
Goodbye.